What's up, blue chips? How we doing? Tuesday, February 11th. Let's see what we got here. The secret to having it all is realizing that you already do. Let's get to it. My son saying hi in the background. I think I need to go turn his show back on. I think it kind of went off. What's up, Mr. Gifford? How we doing this morning? For anybody who hasn't taken that little test, I put a video out last night. It's pretty cool. Maybe not now because we're getting pretty close to the bell, but later on today, feel free to jump on there and get the links and go take that THARP trading test. It's pretty cool. It's kind of like if you guys are on Facebook, you always see people posting those tests that they take, like what celebrity am I? What kind of person are you? Like stuff like that. Well, this is one that's geared towards trading, but it's actually kind of serious. So, and then he has a link to another page, and it kind of tells you a brief summary after you know the type of trader you are, like, you know, where you kind of fit in the trading world. And that's about it. If you want to dive deeper into it, I'm not affiliated with this at all. It's just something I found. I'm not. He's trying to kind of sell his book and all that good stuff. So I wouldn't really bite into that too much myself. Oh, I totally forgot I had my browser up over here. Sorry about that. So I also have, I put two more charts up over here. So let me see if I can find those. There's one. So I need the montage for Facebook. There it is. Okay. And yeah, the test should have asked how often we work out, how often we oversleep, et cetera, discipline. Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. I guess those things do matter. So Sprint seems to be the big gapper today. We've actually played Sprint in the past. This thing is moving. I guess it's on earnings. They are the ones that partnered with T-Mobile, I believe. I'm not exactly sure if I remember correctly, but I think they are the ones that did that. So it would kind of make sense that their earnings might have went up because Sprint was pretty much a dying brand, and now they are apparently doing well, according to the chart this morning. The SPY just ripping. All-time highs over and over. My beard is weird. Kind of rhymes. I like it. Addedly. We were talking about you like 2 Fridays ago, by the way. Nice to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. They won a court case saying they were okay to merge with T-Mobile. Oh, okay. So they were the ones merging with T-Mobile. They just hadn't done it yet. But the court said that they can now. Okay. So that makes sense. I feel like that's maybe a little overkill as far as a jump, but who knows? Who knows? Let me go turn his show back on. Give me one second. I'm catching up on Discord here. I'm not really looking at too much else, guys. AMKR. Say AMKR. It's a gap up. We have shorts there. Float's good. So we'll keep that one up. The volume's not really there. I guess S is going to kind of be our main watch this morning. Give me 1 second. What's wrong? You see something up there? What's up there? What did you do? What you looking for? Maybe that was only one. Eminem's beard is weird. Ha ha ha. Brad, what's up, man? Marketing, what's going on? What's wrong, bud? What do you want? I'm gonna get it now before the bell rings. This? No, you can't have this. No. It's like you knew that your brother played with that this morning. This? No? This? No, you can't have that. How about this? Here you go. Fishy's out. Okay. What's up, Thomas? Liking IQ. Take a quick look at IQ. I don't see that up on the gapper list at all. I don't even see it on the bear scan. Yeah, got a little range here. IQ could be worth keeping an eye on. Taking a look at the daily. About 28 is where it's got some resistance, so we'll keep that line there. Gotcha. Hey, we all got different kinds of trades. I also tried to speed up the stream a little bit this morning, so let me know if you guys notice a difference. Got about a minute here to the bell. Sprint's definitely going to be our main watch. Let's see if we can scroll out a little bit. Got some pretty decent resistance right around 9. And some final resistance up there around 950. We'll kind of see what this thing does right out of the gate. What's up, Constantine? How we doing this morning? About 15 seconds. Good luck, everybody. Stay true to your plan. Speaking of which, my plan is back to 112. So hopefully you guys like me still. There's the belt. Let's get it. So that AMKR popped right up on the scanner. $15. I wish the spread wasn't so bad on this. I would have jumped right in. It was like a 20-cent spread. There we go. We're going to start AMKR. Ended up with 14.24 there. We're risking off that $15 area. There we go. We're looking for the 14.50 pop. There we go. Oh, I think I shoved it. There we go. This thing is whippy. All right, we're going to get the add there. And then our last one's going to be up near 15. Let's actually see if we can, we'll put it at that 15 pop. Oh, we didn't even get there. Sprint's not really doing anything. I'm gonna get off of that screen. $14.07. Put an order out just in case it wants to get there real quick for AMKR. Okay, CO. That thing was super spready. Yeah, I saw calm up there. Looks like we might have missed that one. It already came back down. LKCO. I don't have shares there. What is this? IIVI. 87 mil. Still looking to see if we can get this pullback on AMKR. Thing's just sitting right at our average. So circling around looking for more trades. Still haven't found anything. That IIVI, I don't know. That thing was kind of weird. I left that one alone. The thing was super spready. I mean, it still has a 50-cent spread on it. Not seeing anything else right now. AMKRX, we can take a look on the downside. TGNA. Wow, TGNA is getting crushed. Doesn't really have any volume though. We stay away from that one. That's all I really see over there. LPX. LPX is running a little bit here. This thing is at all-time highs. Have to be a little careful here with LPX if we want to play it. Starting to get a pullback here on AMKR. I probably could have got in the rest of my shares. There we go. We were almost on the ask there, or the bid there. 3 away. One away. There we go. So we got our fill there on AMKR. This LPX is an interesting one. A little scary because it's all-time highs, which is what I used to like a lot. Let's see if we can scroll out a little bit more here. Let's see, I is moving. I didn't get full size there, so that was kind of my fault on AMKR. I should have been full size there, but I'm kind of working my way back into what's going on with the 112, so I'm not going to dive head first. What was that one? I missed it. 80 XS. Nothing there. This LPX is strong. It like just went through all-time highs, so that's kind of why I'm not just jumping right into this thing. Looks like 3250 area. Plus the spread's not very good. If this wants to jump up through 3350, maybe we'll take a stab. Yeah, fell right back down. It'll probably go right to that 3250 area and look to use that as support off the daily there. I don't even have that up. Sorry, guys. I still had the bottom screen up. I mean, I wasn't doing anything. I was just kind of watching it. What is S doing? S just kind of going sideways. See what did JKS end up doing? This thing's still climbing a little bit. JKS has some pretty good resistance at 2450. See if we can't get a pop up there towards 24. Ah, complete opposite of what we wanted there. We're looking at the daily. There's a good spot right at 24.50, which we could have risked off of, but this kind of looks like a grinder a little bit, so I didn't want to just jump in just to jump in. I'm not gonna lie, I feel so much more comfortable looking for stocks the way that I am right now for the 112. It's like I'm looking, I feel at home. I feel like I'm back to looking for the front side move a little bit, get back into feeling it a little bit. So I definitely missed a couple so far this morning, but I'm quite okay with it. I didn't feel anything jumping into AMKR, which is good. Probably could have held on to that a little bit, just taking a look at it real quick. But I think my main issue was I didn't hammer it again to get my full size there, as it was failing high a day there for the second time. I should have got my add in to get full size. And just to let you guys know, I'm not risking 25 right now. I'm risking 50 on any given trade. So that's why you'll see that the P&L is a little bit lower for this one. But I also didn't get full size, so that's the other issue. And if you guys remember when I was doing 112 before, I would always tell you that I'm looking for my quota, which is $50, and within 3 trades. Like that's the goal. But you also got to get full size on each trade. So the fact that I still came close to 1/3 of that without getting full size, I'm actually pretty happy with that. Especially, I'll explain when things slow down a little bit, my new strategy for getting into a trade. You'll see I still have these orange buttons with some numbers on them, monetary value buttons. I'll explain what those are a little bit later. It's kind of a system I came up with last night to change my entry size. INGR made a nice little move there. It was not really something we'd be interested in. The volume is kind of crap. I was just watching it because I'm staring at the scanner, seeing if they want to do anything. AMKR is continuing down. If you guys notice something too, let's take a look at AMKR. What do you notice about this? I actually waited until under VWAP. Look at that awesomeness. I saw the whole dollar here. I saw the previous resistance. That was my take profit area. I just didn't get full size. That's the only problem with this trade. I actually absolutely love the way I played this trade. I just didn't play it with full size because I just didn't hit the button. That was my only problem. What's S doing? Still going sideways. ABEO. Doesn't really have much range to it. Looking at the daily, it's got the 200 sitting there at about 367. It's this resistance right here around the same area. So 350 is a pretty key spot for that one. I can't justify it. That's the only problem with that, which I'll explain later. He's being so loud with that. Dang, AMKR dropped all the way down to 1350. 1362. LAC. Yeah, the lag on the stream is definitely better. I know that's probably annoying to you guys, but hopefully it's not too loud, but he's being good, so. There's something stuck. Hold on. There it goes. Let's see what FLDM is doing to the downside here. $365. Take a quick stab at this one. I should have hit the button a little earlier than that, but see if we can't get a nice little rubber band up there towards 4. Ended up getting 377, risking this 365 area. This is kind of a right or right out type trade. Do 390, 392. We can't get a quick little move up there. Just looking for a little bit of a bounce. Do 362. So I guess we'll do a range. 62, 392. Alright, I'll put our range in there. Make sure I'm seeing that right. Yep, okay. If this wants to continue even lower, then oh well. But we're just kind of looking for this to give us that little bit of a bounce. It's a pretty intense move there on FLDM. Oh, we're already almost on the ask here. That'd be nice. See one more little push. There we go. Bid's coming up, which is good. Almost on the ask. Falling away there. If we can get the bid to come up a little bit, we should be all right. There we go. Starting to get some orders there on the bid. Not a huge fan of the volume on this one, so that's why I'm just being really hesitant with it and watching it closely. Got my finger on the button just in case. Especially with how the volume is. Not exactly what we're looking for volume-wise. There we go. We're on the ask. Should get some fill here. Got plenty of people in the bid. Give us our fill. Come on. There we go. All right. So we got the bounce that we were looking for there. Pretty excited about that one. Nice little bottom tick. Had tons of support there from previous 2 trading days, as well as that nice solid line that we were risking off of 365. That was just a right or right out type trade. That's why we went a little bit heavier on the size to start. See if we can't find something else here. And look, FLDM is now on the other scanner because that was a pretty intense move back up, so we'll take that. played that perfectly. Off one scanner, onto the other, right? That's how you want to play them. GPOR. It's funny because today there wasn't that many to look at, so I didn't even need my extra charts today. Funny how that works. Hey, but at least now I'm prepared just in case. Excuse me. BHF. This is, whoa. Oh, this is that one that has that like random tick on the daily up at like 1200. So it's really hard to spot levels here on the daily. It's kind of in a curl pattern, looks like a long, so not really too many solid areas it looks like to risk off of, so we'll probably leave that alone. I feel so comfortable today, I'm not going to lie. It's like a weight was lifted off my shoulders. Not going to lie. It's weird. Like my beard. But yeah, it feels amazing for some reason. Jeff, I'm not even going to pull up AVRO. Just kidding. Yeah, this one it's already chopped around a little bit. It's not a straight move down. Like, let's take a look at AVRO here, guys. See how it had the big intense move? It consolidated, went a little bit lower, consolidated. And then let's go take a look at FLDM. And what do you see as the difference? It just went straight down to where we were looking, not down, consolidate, down, consolidate. So that's why we're not going to play AVRO. Just to give you a little insight to what I'm looking at. CRNT on SSR, not much range. Joe, put the dagger, twist it. It does. It does. I mean, it's what I'm comfortable with. The 1-1-2 and just playing the front side. It's what I'm comfortable with. It's what I love to do. So I don't understand. I honestly don't understand why I was fighting it. I mean, I know why I was fighting it. You guys know at this point if you've been following along. Those two big losses I took, MTSI and LYV. That's why I was trying those other things, because I was trying to find the safe route. But I watched the workshop with Mark Douglas, and during that workshop, I realized that it had nothing to do with the 1-1-2 strategy. It was me, the trader. So it took me a couple weeks. I came around, and I appreciate all of the support and everyone telling me that exactly what I was thinking. So it really helps to know that you guys are there for me when I need you. So speaking of which, I'll be right back. Ooh, so close. Oh, you got him! You got him! Who got? Yay! You got him, bud. Good job. Okay, get some more. My plan was to wait for a pullback for space, and I bought it right at the open and got flush, but I'm holding knowing that it's going to go back up. You know it's going to go back up? What ticker are you talking about? My original plan was to buy cards for T-Doc. Wait, what is T-Doc? Is that? Are you trolling me right now? Is that oh no, that's an actual stock. Okay. Is this the stock that you're talking about? T-Doc? Hey, I'm looking to open a CMEG account, but I wanted to know what the fees are for using margin. There's no fee for like using margin. It's just a fee for every trade. Like it's a commission per ticker. I don't really know how to say this nicely, Joe, but looking at the daily on T-Doc, it is super extended. You're at all-time highs, and you're saying it was the way for a pullback, but you bought it right at the open and got the flush, but I'm holding knowing that it's going to go back up. I mean, how can you... First off, you should never think that you know something in the stock market. It will prove you wrong very quickly. And secondly, this stock is super extended on the daily. So you're bound to probably get a pullback on the daily. So just be careful there, man. CMEG, it's like you took that platform right out of my mouth. I was going to sign up for CMEG. It's a long process. I stopped yesterday. I was feeling sleepy, but I need a platform where I can be in and out. I'm currently using Robinhood. Well, if you're using Robinhood, that is no comparison to CMEG. CMEG is instantaneous in and out of stocks. As far as signing up, CMEG does take a little bit longer just because of their sign-up process. They like to make sure that they're dealing with legitimate people. They don't just pretty much take anybody like SureTrader did. You know, SureTrader was allowing you to fund your account with a credit card, where CMEG actually makes you show proof of funds and all that good stuff. So it might take a little bit longer for CMEG to get you set up, but it's worth it in the end. And to answer your question, Nick, if you go down in my description on the stream here, you'll see I have a code. It's I think it's TIMV, CMEG, TIMV, or maybe it's CMEG, TIM. I don't remember what it is, but it's down in the description. So if you send them an email with that, it'll be $2.95 per ticket. So every time you hit the button, it'll be $3 essentially. I'm glad you got back to 112. Thank you, marketing. I think I am too. What did that VI do? That thing looked dangerous yesterday, or earlier. So it came back down, but it's curling back up. AMRS. I don't have any shares there. Joe, I wanted to buy something before the earnings. No, that was Space. I bought Space at the open. What is Space? Is that a ticker? I don't know. Are you saying, is that SPCE? I think maybe. I don't know. I don't know what ticker you're talking about. I don't know the names of most of these tickers, like their company names. Look at Lyft. Trade from the book. Yeah, twice actually. The big intense move down, got the bounce back up. Another intense move down, bounce back up. I like it. So SPCE, okay. I mean, SPCE looks to be the same way. Look at the daily on this thing, just to go full screen to show you guys. I'm not saying you're wrong. Obviously, it's at all-time highs, and it is back at its highs right now. But to just buy something at the open when it's already at its all-time highs, I mean, you guys have to realize that the odds are this thing's going to shoot down just like it did. So at least, like you said, you were waiting for the pullback, but you bought right at the open. Well, you need to be more patient. If you were waiting for that pullback, wait for the pullback. If it doesn't give it to you, then you just missed the trade. It is what it is. But, okay, I see what you're... This makes... I mean, it doesn't make any more sense to me. I still would not buy this up here. But, again, to each their own. Catch up here in chat. No problem, Joe. And again, I'm not trying to be rude. I'm not trying to tell you that you're wrong. I'm just telling you from my experience, I've seen this exact scenario over and over again. I mean, sure, you can have things like Tesla that go straight up. And I mean, look at the daily on this thing. It basically is straight up right now. So just be careful. That's all I'm saying. Just be careful. I want to go turn that thing off, but I know if I do, he's going to flip out. So I'm just going to let it go. Hopefully it's not too loud for you guys. Just waiting for another play. Just catching up in the ISW chat while we are waiting here. LPTX, a little too low float for us. We don't have shares on it anyway. Yep, no problem, Nick. If you have any more questions, man, feel free to ask. Also, I'll link my Discord. Feel free to jump in there. So if you think of any other questions that you have or aren't thinking of right now, feel free to just jump in there and ask. And if I'm not there, ask in the general hangout. There's plenty of people in there that also use CMEG that can help you out. I think you already asked me this before. Maybe that was you, but somebody else asked me that similar question. I don't see why not. I don't think there's an age limit for, or I don't think it's a under 18 thing. But I've known people to trade that were under 18 before. At least there's stories about it on YouTube. So I don't know. I honestly don't know if there's an age restriction for trading, but I don't think there is. You want credit for AVRO? Let's take a look. Nice. I like it. I mean, granted, it was a little bit of a fake out under the low a day. I'm just telling you why I didn't take it. And, I mean, that's a pretty crazy range on it, too. Thing is squeezing. Go you, Jeff. Not a boy. I didn't say it was a bad play. I just said why I wasn't taking it. Look at that thing. Holy crap, it's going to halt. It tried to halt there for a second. Look at this. Now it's a point spread. 24 on the bid, 25 on the ask. Hopefully you got filled on the ask there. It's pretty crazy. 22 mil float too. Another reason I wouldn't have played it. I didn't even see the float because it wasn't on the scanners when Jeff had mentioned it. DRRX, nothing there. Wi-Fi, WIFI, making a pretty decent drop here. Right to yesterday's highs. I don't know why that's not working anymore for some reason. $50. See if we can't get this drop under 12 here. And we didn't get it there. I was for Wi-Fi here. I was looking for the drop through 12. We're going to risk off this 1140 area. We're going to scale in if we had to, 1-1-2 style. We didn't quite get the drop through. Oh well, we'll move on. LJPC, this is off the scanner, lower float though. The first area of real resistance is up here at 11. So yeah, we're not going to be touching that. It's all good, Jeff. Everyone's going to chicken out every once in a while. It's just paper trading and made $123 on JKS. Nice. I know the ISW room played JKS. Here, let me give you a sample of JKS. Tell me if your chart looks anything like this. I'll zoom in here, but oops. So this was Brian's chart from JKS, how he traded it. Looks like he got short, and then hammered it up there around 23.50. Got out most of his shares and then covered the rest as it was going through high of day. So looks like it was a pain in the butt for him. It was more of a small profit, maybe break-even type trade. This Baidu thing, I obviously don't see Baidu on the scanner, but I know someone else that had played it, and I pulled it up, and this thing is ripping. Super extended. Doesn't really have too much resistance, though. Not until you get up to... Let me scroll in here. Yeah, it's already through that area. So 140, 146, 147 area. Thing's got some room. Just taking a look around, seeing what everybody else is playing, all that good stuff. The CCI, BIDU. Rudy says, MOV about to run. Why would you say that? This thing is literally at all-time low. Probably not all-time lows, but yeah, definitely not all-time lows, but it's at some pretty low lows recently. Has no volume. If this runs, I'm gonna start asking you some questions privately. Rudy says time to get in. I haven't even seen an order go through since you mentioned it. Trust me, it's the reversal play. Yeah, I'm going to trust a random stranger that I've never talked to before online on a stock that makes no sense. Oh, there goes Rudy. He's buying up all these shares just to make a point. As things are slowing down, guys, feel free, hit like and subscribe. Always appreciate the support. Helps the channel out. Maybe I'll get some more people in here. Show me some love. Appreciate it, guys. Seriously do. If you guys have any questions or comments, feel free to always chime in. You know that. It's oversold and undervalued. MACD cross. Well, I don't pay attention to that stuff. All I look at is the daily, which it is looking to be oversold. But I don't swing trade. I'm assuming you might be swing trading. This is definitely not what I do. I trade intraday. And this is definitely a downswing. So I am not trying to guess the reversal on such a big downtrend. Not me. Not me whatsoever. AVRO. That thing went nutso. That thing's crazy. I wouldn't have played this thing anyway just because of the float. All right, Nick. Have fun at school, man. Have fun. Learn something. Learn something to tell me when you're done. I always ask my son. He's only 4 though. Well, about to be 4. What'd you learn at school today? And he's like telling me stuff about painting and little stuff. I'm actually kind of excited for him to grow up a little bit more and go to school so I can attempt to be smarter than a 5th grader again. 1541 plus, it's gonna rip MOV. All right, Rudy. Since there's nothing else to look at, we're gonna go ahead and just leave MOV up here. We're just gonna let you. We're gonna literally bore ourselves to death watching this thing get 0 volume. Kevin says I'm only down $24, feeling positive. I mean, hey, if you were losing $100 constantly, the fact that you only lost 24, I guess that is a positive. I don't know if that's the case. I'm just saying. That could be a good way to look at it. So we have too much fun in the ISW room sometimes. Speaking of which, update on my keto journey. I am already down 10 pounds. Well, 9.5. I rounded it. 10 sounds better. Oh my God. Debating on what I want for lunch today. I had eggs yesterday. I don't know if I'd take a piece of salmon out. It's more like a week and a half. I told you guys I wasn't even going to start until yesterday, but I told myself, it was like, you know what? I'm going to start Monday, which was yesterday. And that was last Monday. So I started kind of just preparing myself, and by Wednesday I was just doing it, and I was like, all right, well, I'll just keep going. So kind of sort of since last Monday I started, and yeah, I even got the little strips that you pee on, and it tells you like how many ketones are in your body right now, or like the level of your ketones. And since Sunday, I've been in like the optimal range. So I've been in ketosis for 3 days now already. I never really experienced that keto flu that everyone talks about either, but I know sodium kind of helps with that. And I've been, most of the things I eat tend to have some sodium. Plus, I drink those diet sodas still, and they haven't been affecting my ketosis or anything. So my insulin levels or whatever you want, however you want to talk about it. I'm not like a pro at keto or anything. My goal was to just lower the carbs, try to stay under 20 a day. And they tell you that everybody's ketosis like stage is different. So some people, you might have to stay under 20 carbs a day. Some people could be like 40. So they tell you to get to where you can measure it pretty constantly at 20, and then start adding like 5 a day until you start to see your ketone level go down. So that's what I actually plan to do, because I do love me some carbs. Yeah, I'm watching MOV. It didn't really go that far. Chillax. You didn't even get over yesterday's close yet. He's being so good this morning. Speaking of which, I don't know if I told you guys, but I know I've told you before that he has a constipation issue, but he was constipated like the last 3 days, and it came out overnight, and like all the rest of it's been coming out all morning. So that's been fun. I was lucky enough that I didn't have to run while the market opened. PAVM pulled that up. It's coming right off the scanner. Not too much volume. Floats a little bit lower. The range is not very good. Yeah, Brian went crazy today. I was just looking at all the charts. Looks like everybody was green today. Scott killed it today. So pull this down, show you guys. Matt 2 for 2, headed to the office. These are Brian's charts. Loser there on CCI. Nice winner there on AMKR. Nice winner there on IIVI. Nice winner there on LPX. Notice how all these charts look the same, guys? COMM, same thing. Dish, he actually called this one out saying it was nice and heavy. So that was a good call by him. Ended up making some decent money on that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So out of 6 trades that he showed, these are, I think he had more, but he was 5 for 6 on those, and it looks like the ones that he won on were really nice winners. Let's keep scrolling. GDT had a winner on lift. Looks like he messed up the stop a little bit there. And yeah, so here we got 2 more charts from Brian. TMUS. This one looks a little crazy. And then there's the JKS trade that I showed you guys earlier. Here's Scott absolutely killing it today. Scott likes to take longs right off the scanner. CHGG, DBD, EEFT, SAVA, and XPO. Nice winner there, nice winner there. I mean, these look like beast charts, but just backwards, right? That's what I try to tell you guys all the time. The scanners work exactly the same, just the opposite. Here's one where it looks like he got short. Interesting. I wonder if he meant to do that, but it worked. I like it. And it looks like this one was more of a break-even trade on XPO. Ty posting a chart here on IIVI. Nice little top tick there, covered into the wash. And then there's our shenanigans. So solid day for Team ISW. Marketing spitting out the truth there. Great scanner. I mean, I don't know how many other ways to show you guys, but yeah, I mean, the scanner is just amazing. Thomas laughing at our shenanigans, probably. AMKR. Let's see. AMKR is kind of in a descending triangle. I like it. It's using the close from yesterday, or what is it? Or the low a day from today. And you have a nice little descending triangle forming here. So this definitely could drop. I'd be risking 14. You got VWAP as well as the whole dollar there. So I'd probably be risking 14 to try to make, I guess it depends. If you were to get in here at 75, I guess you'd just be looking for really right under 13.50, right? If you're risking 14, that's only 25 cents. You'd be looking to make at least 25 cents, and you'd almost get it before the triangle even completes. We are the 10%. That's right. Speaking of which, I have some pretty cool t-shirts that say that. Support the channel if you want to do it that way. It's down in the description somewhere. It says merch. I actually have one of my own. It's up in the dresser. I wear it all the time. It's funny. I wear it usually at nights because it's a pretty comfortable shirt, and then I always end up changing. I usually don't wear in the morning what I wore overnight. I don't know why. Sometimes I just take a shower in the morning for whatever reason. But I think I've only worn it on stream once. I've been meaning to get a hoodie, but it's never been cold enough to get a hoodie. Like, I'm in shorts. I wear shorts. I haven't put on long pants but maybe twice this whole winter. It's kind of sad. Dang, Facebook got crushed right out of the gate. Did the SPY get crushed right out of the gate? No. Well, I mean, it had a pullback, but now it's at all-time highs. The SPY is just trucking. That thing is just nuts. Makes me wish I had some kind of retirement right now. To think I probably would have made more money if I would have just left all my money in the market before I started trading back in late 2018. Let's see, August 2018, the market was August, right here. Market was at like 289, 290. So, I mean, I guess it wouldn't have been that much considering the amount that it was. Plus, I'm not obviously, you know, your money in a retirement is not directly in like the spider or something like that. It's through all kinds of different types of funds and stuff like that. Don't lie, you're in tidy. Shit, the last time I wore tidy whities was probably in like middle school. I'm a boxers guy. We can't see, we don't know. I mean, I could show you, but I'm trying to keep this as family friendly as possible. So AMKR is actually trying to fake out the triangle right now. Trying to fake out that descending triangle. This is quite a bigger triangle too, so Those tend to not work as much, especially when it's near such a key level of support. See what this, oh, I guess it wasn't worth looking at. It's already gone. Oh, it's just going red to green. Okay, see ya. Excuse me. It's on SSR. No range there. Zekin. ZKIN, guys. This is the first. I don't know why it's on the scanner here. I guess that little pop with absolutely no volume is why it's popping. Or you get false alarms every once in a while. But my very first trade on the channel was ZKIN, and I lost. I tried to long this thing through. It was actually, I believe, an ascending triangle I was attempting to play, and it just failed. I remember that. It's crazy. Back when I didn't have a webcam, back when my oldest son was on my lap constantly. Good times, good times. Not seeing anything else. SPCE. Somebody had just mentioned this earlier. It's pulled back since then. I told you guys I would not get in this thing when it's that extended. I think it was Joe. Was it Joe? Yeah, Joe Dagger. My opinion is it's pretty extended on the daily, so I feel like you're either going to get a pullback towards the $20 area, or it's just going to kind of consolidate up here and then look to move higher. Try to use 20 as support, but I don't know. It's a I think it's a lower float too, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see, SPCE. 53 mil, so not too bad. Just not something I'd be interested in trying to go long. I mean, you're pretty extended on the daily. It's kind of the buy high, hope higher type situation. I mean, if you're only looking to just play like the intraday type move, like if it bounces down here to the low of day around 2080, gets really extended away from VWAP, I mean, you could long that looking for the bounce. But it's so overbought, in my opinion, that it's going to be tough for it to keep moving higher. But then again, you have things like Tesla, but Tesla was being algo driven, so yep, no problem. Again, that's just my opinion. I'm not giving you personal advice. Take it as you shall, but I obviously am not a professional trader. I cannot give you professional advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. I just say that because I'm pretty sure I have to, just to avoid any kind of craziness. OCN somewhat popping up on the scanner here. 80XS, I feel like that's another low range one. Yeah. OCN has some good resistance at 2. If for some reason this wanted to get some more volume and shoot up there. KZR. It's going off on the scanner. The minus I3 scan, getting the intense move to the downside here. Not something we'd be interested in. I think the batteries might have just died on that thing. What should I eat for lunch? What shall I eat for lunch? Got a sub? Hunter, welcome, man. If you're watching, I appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. If you guys aren't subbed, get and hit that sub button. Hit the little post notification bell. That way you'll know every time I go live or post a new video. I tend to post videos quite frequently, so it's always good to be the first. I know Charlie Conway, his real name's Ben Conway. I know he likes to try to be first to comment on everyone, so see if you can beat him. PENN for after lunch, post pullback, maybe. Let's see. Yeah, this definitely looks extended on the daily as well. Really extended, actually. Not too much going on, guys. It's starting to slow down. For anybody that's still here, let me describe to you kind of what my buttons are doing now. Let me yeah, AMKR, and this is why I said you'd risk off 14 and VWAP, and it got right to 14 and it's starting to reject. Could be worth looking to go short here. Just risk off of that. Let's take a demo trade here just for fun. So if we wanted to risk 50 bucks over 14, we'll give it a little bit of room. Be about 250. It's actually popping back up here. Let's see what it wants to do. We're going to let this see if it wants to reject again or not. No shorts on SPCE. Yeah, I didn't have any shorts on SPCE. Wrong time of day for a big move. Oh, yeah, no, I'm not looking to play any kind of big move. Wonder if we can put a stop. This is 80, 82. Can we put a stop short? Let's see. 1382. Or we'll do 82. We'll just mark it in because it's a demo account anyway. I want to see if this works. All right, cool. I've been meaning to check if that worked. So it set a pivot point here. If you guys remember yesterday, we were talking about pivot points a little bit. And it's right here at 83. So if it gets under that, the odds are it's going to continue down lower. So we put a stop short order in at 1382. So basically, if the price gets to there, we'll be filled. Obviously, it's a market order, so who knows what we'll actually get as far as a fill. But the idea is that it will continue lower. And we have a set risk right there over 14. And once we get filled, we could obviously put that in. But we'll see if it even gets back down there. Again, this is a demo account trade if it does happen. I'm just kind of messing around. I wouldn't take this trade for real, at least not right now, even though it is a solid trade idea because we got some pretty solid resistance there at 14 as well as the VWAP. Already rejected it once. It's looking like it's going to reject it a second time without actually getting there. As I say that, I might be proven wrong. But that's the beauty of having an order like this. We're not trying to guess anything. We're just letting the trade come to us. So if it wants to go through 14, we just cancel our order and we'll be done with it. But in reality, if it does go through 14 real quick and get shoved back down, it's still a trade you probably want because that would be essentially just a fake out. So we'll let it go here until we see some kind of confirmation that it wants to continue up. And while this is happening, I can explain to you guys what I was doing earlier. So let me put that one line back. So I came over here to the daily. Let's go full screen just so you can see it. So I came over here to the daily and I found this resistance area, which was right over 15. So what I did in the moment is, first off, I'm looking for an extended move, right? So I have my chart zoomed out. Look how extended we are just from yesterday. We had the big gap up, pretty extended. Right out of the open, we extended ourselves away from this previous resistance as well. And so what we did is right around our entry, which was our first entry was 1424, we took 1 point. So we came over here to our montage. We'll come back in now. We came over here to our montage. We hit the 1 button. I already have that. Oh, crap. I had loaded that crap. And, of course, it's going to... Dang it. Hold on. Clear. Demo. Stop. Market. 1382. Demo. Short. Okay. Oh, invalid shares. 250. Short. It says it's prepared. I have to hit enter, make sure I'm on demo. We are. Okay, good. So you hit this button for $1, and I'll just do this. But so it's going to bring up 50 shares. And what did I take? 15. So I must have hit the 75 button, which is 60. Yeah, I did. So I said, I remember why. Because I was looking for that little bit of a jump before we jumped in, but we jumped in. Okay, it doesn't matter. So, okay, so we're short here on that order. We passed that pivot point. We got filled at 82, which is good. And now we're going to put a order in, a range order. Hold on 1 second, then I'll get back to what I was explaining. Stop. Range. Low price. We'll go 13.58, and then we'll do 14. What's this pivot point here? I probably should have looked at this beforehand. 14.20. That's too high. Since it got rejected at 14 twice, we'll just give it a little bit of room. We'll go 14.08. And good. Buy. All right, so we got that in. Another cool thing too, guys, if you want and you're on CMEG, the replace feature actually can work. I found that out. I emailed them. All you have to do is email them and tell them you would like to have it activated. And watch this. I can move this 14.08 now that it's on the chart. I can move it up to 14.20, and it'll replace my order. Or I can move it back down to 14.08 accordingly. And if I wanted to close out of the position for whatever reason really quick, I just take this and drag it down below the current price, and it'll fill it. So that's pretty awesome. I'm happy that they actually have that. You just apparently for some reason have to shoot them an email to get them to activate it. So anyways, back to explaining the strategy. So we popped up, and so 60 pops up when we hit that button. Now, how do we get, what's the button for? So we came to the daily. We found that resistance area at 1522. We said when we enter, we're going to be about 75 cents away from that area. So if we take our calculator and we take our max risk of $50 and divide it into 75, no, I did it backwards. 50 divided by 75 cents, we get 66. So I must have just rounded this down when I was doing the calculations last night, just because it's easier to split it when it's an even number. So you get 60 shares, and I'm risking, if I were to take those 60 shares right at the first entry point, it would have to go all the way up to that risk off point for me to stop out for a max loss of that $50. So instead, if I split that up into a 112, aka 15, 15, 30, to get to those 60 shares, there is no way by the time it gets up to that key area of resistance on the daily that I will be at $50, which is my max loss per trade. I should be somewhere around like 35, 40 at the max, which gives me a little bit of room if it wants to continue through. So, and that's the other thing. I was a little mad at myself for not hitting the button on the way back down here, because even if I would have hit my last ad for my 1-1 and then the 2, if I would have hit the last ad for the 2, I still had plenty of room for this to run, and then I still had plenty of time to wait for it to come back, because there's no way I would have hit my $50 max loss even if it got to that 1522 area. So that's the idea behind the strat, is I'm taking my max risk, I'm looking at the daily to find a key area of resistance, and I'm risking off of that area. So that way I will always have a set amount of risk per trade, and that way I won't ever have to worry about trades like MTSI and LYV happening again. So I should always have a good idea of what I'm risking every single trade. And if this thing wants to just rip and rip and rip up through that, and I hit my $50 max loss, I just have to pause the trade, right? You just exit the trade, and you can look to re-enter. But at no time should you be looking to let it go through that $50 and looking to add again or whatever, because at that point you should already have been in all of your shares, so there's no reason to add any more, right? You just exit the trade and look to re-enter if you want. That's all there is to it. It's that simple. So that's my 1-1-2 strategy adjustment in a nutshell. Because before, if you guys remember, what I was doing is I was looking where the start of the move happened. So in this case, it was 1340. And when we got in at 1424, so that was basically a point move. So I had an order of basically somewhat the same thing. It was actually it was the same thing. It was just for $100 instead of 50. But I'm using 50 now just to test it to make sure it works, and then we can always scale it up, which is why the winners were a little bit smaller today. So it's essentially the same thing, but we're using risk-offs on the daily, which to me are a lot more prone to work than just because, and here's the example. I got in at a point, right? Well, if it would have went up to where we got our second or our first add, that's a 1.5, and that would change your share size dramatically, like dramatically to the other way, right? It would actually lower your share size. Where if I get in for my first entry up here and the resistance is closer, it would actually increase my share size, which is what you want, right? So I realized that that was actually a flaw within the system that I had. So I had been thinking about how to fix it, and this is my idea for how to fix it. And we'll see if it works out. We're going to keep at it. I mean, it makes sense to me in my head. It made sense to a few of the other people I had talked to about it, and we'll see if it works. I'm looking to short AMKR at the 9 EMA, which is at 1372, and sell at 20 MA, which is 1307. Interesting. Thoughts? Well, you see that I'm short, but I'm playing it a little different than you. Yeah, it is a little. That's what I'm just kind of shooting for this range, seeing if it wants to try to come down here to low a day again. Hence, you can see I'm front running it as well, and I have a tight leash on it. I'm only risking right there above VWAP and the whole dollar. I mean, again, this is also a demo trade, so I didn't really put too much thought into this. I just looked for the VWAP reject, key areas of resistance there for it to get through if it does want to get through, giving it a little bit of room on the other side, and then we're just looking for it to kind of come back down and test that low again, since we are in a downtrend, because it keeps making lower highs. Yeah, you'll see I can show you down here on the other chart. I think if I pull up AMKR just so we're watching the same thing. But say, for instance, I was looking to make that same move. If I hit 75, these are just load buttons. Dang it. Dang it. I should have chose a different symbol. Now I got to put this in again. Hold on. It should still be the same. I didn't change anything. All right. So as you can see, what it did is it loaded 60 shares because I said the move up to that key resistance area was 75 cents. So, and basically if you just go through and hit them, it's the same thing for all of them. Now let me catch up in the chats here. Sir Kenobi with a nice trade today. All right, all caught up there. I got lost in some Joe Rogan podcast last night, and I came across Elon Musk's. That dude is just, I mean, he's a genius. He knows like everything. It's kind of scary. He's being so good today. Yesterday was probably one of the worst days I've had with him in a long time, just because of the constipation. And I guess because he got it all out, he's like a completely different kid today, which obviously makes sense. But I felt so bad for him yesterday. I was pretty much all afternoon, I was just holding him. So if we scroll in a little bit, it's kind of hard to see because the order's in the way, but we did get another lower high here. We didn't actually even test 14. We only got to 1393 that time. And we can get this 80 break and then get under 76, it looks like. That seems to be the pivot point it presented itself with this time. I think we'll definitely at least get a move down to try. No, he doesn't. We've taken him to get all kinds of different tests and stuff like that, and it's just apparently some kids just have trouble digesting more than others. I mean, adults have constipation too. It's one of them things. They've said there's really nothing wrong with them. It's just, he just gets constipated. Trust me, having to take a kid that's under the age of 2 in to get blood work multiple times, it's definitely something I don't really wish on anybody. Seriously, it's making me tear up a little bit just thinking about that, all the times that we have. Just knowing that you have to hold your kid down, knowing that you're basically I mean, obviously it was for his well-being, but you never want to hear your kid scream like that. And this kid has a set of lungs. You guys know that. It's definitely heartbreaking. What's up, Adelie? Just trying to break down through that 80 area. Well, unfortunately, this thing's going completely sideways. It's not very good for action purposes. Excuse me. chopping up my recording from today. Get my video started. Yeah, blood is a serious needle. It definitely sucks. No doubt about that. IQ is definitely grinding higher, that's for sure. I told you, that thing has room till 28. I know I had mentioned that earlier. It's really the first area of resistance. I know we had pulled this up when it made this move, and that was why I didn't take it, because it had too much room. DJ Day Trader in the house! Did I do you proud? Hopefully that wasn't too loud for you guys. For anybody that was falling asleep, sorry, you're awake now. How'd you do today, DJ? I saw you were you were looking at Lyft, right? Lyft made some pretty good moves this morning. Well, to the down. I don't know if you were looking at it to the short side or the long side, but it was a good long twice. It had two intense moves right off the scanners. A couple guys from ISW actually did take it. Definitely wasn't a good long out of the gate, unfortunately, if that's what you're looking for. Got a little smoked. We're just sitting here trying to be patient with AMKR, seeing if this thing wants to dive down, try to test low a day. Needed to break that 76.6 area. And Netflix, how'd you end up? Green on the day? Netflix was a nice little long. If you bought the dips right there at the open on both of those, you were good to go. I mean, Netflix kept going, but Lyft definitely gave you an opportunity to make a decent amount of money on the dip. Nice. Well done, man. I'm actually getting ready to get out of here. This thing has 8 minutes to make up its mind, and then I'm just going to close it out, and we can take a look earlier and see what it would have done. Just a demo trade. 369 dip. Let's see. Where did, oh, there it is. Hold on. TIGR. Oh, we got no shares on TIGR. This thing get halted or something? Some crazy volume. Maybe the volume just caught up. You don't have any shares there. Range isn't that great. NFLX. Let's see. 369 dip. 360. It never got to 369. Well, I guess it got right under 370. But if you got that in any bit of the 369, then you were good to go. Hopefully you're still holding it. EM, you're pushing 50. Beard is weird. What? What are you talking about, Addedly? For anyone that doesn't know who Addedly is, he is a troll. He likes to come on Friday night live streams and push the envelope a little bit. I encourage it, though. It's good. It's good engagement. I like it. Sold the parabolic push-up. Nice. I'm assuming somewhere around 373. It's kind of where it looks like it started to halt a little bit. Addedly, if you're going to dish it, you got to be able to take it. That's all I'm going to say. Can anybody guess what song this is? It's a pretty easy one to guess if you know it, but if you don't know it, it's probably you'll know the sound of it, but you might not know the actual name of the song or who it's by. Here we go. And you're welcome for getting that stuck in your head for the next week. I remember back in the day when I was playing soccer, I would just be running around the soccer field and that song would just be stuck in my head. I have no idea why, but it would be. It cracks me up. Nah, with options can't sell into weakness, contracts melt too fast. That's so true. DJ knew exactly what it was. Props to you. Do you know who sings it? Without Googling it, who sings the song? I mean, if you know the name of the song, you probably know who sings it. Go listen to MGK diss on Eminem. You'll understand what I mean. Beard is weird. Rap devil. I haven't ever listened to that song, so maybe I will, just to understand what you're saying. I'm actually going to pull it up for later. Smells like he pooped again. Let's see. MGK. What's the song called? What's the song called? It just says MGK. Or is it not? Attaboy, DJ. DJ gets the sounds again. DJ is the winner. I don't know what you win, but high five. Rap Devil. Looks to be, let's see, MGK. Let's just search MGK, see if there he is. Okay. Half naked and almost famous. Is this the right guy? He's only got 3 songs, so this can't be him. Let's just search Rap Devil. Oh, you're talking about Machine Gun Kelly. I thought MGK was like some other. Okay. All right. I got it here. I'll listen to it once I get off here when I'm taking him up to change his diaper. Come on, break 76. Let's go. Missed PENN. I'm just not a huge fan of that setup. AMKR became the slowest trade ever. Almost like that. What was that move the guy was talking about earlier? MOV. That thing actually did move up a little bit. Props to him. I mean, it's not like, you know, taking off like he thought. He said 1540 something. So at least he's up 20 cents. What was his name? Rudy. Rudy. One of the best movies ever. Love that movie. So just kind of waiting. This thing has 2.5 minutes to break 1376, or we are cashing out. Coloring up. I guess in this case we'd actually be down just a little bit. We're at 1382. It's literally just going sideways. I'm going to show you how the order works as well, by the way. I'm pretty sure I can either take this one and go up above the price or this one and go down below the price, and either way it should fill me by dragging it, because it'll replace the order with one that is lower, and it'll be like, yo, that's not higher than where you were before, or that's not higher than the current price, or in this case, that's not lower than the current price, and it will automatically say, I'm out of here. One minute and 30 seconds, AMKR. Better do it. Don't forget to join the Discord, guys. Put the link in the chat. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You guys know I appreciate all the support. You guys are awesome. Feel free to chime in, talk a little bit more, all that good stuff too. I love the engagement, especially when things start to slow down. It makes time go by a little bit quicker. I'm sure that's why most of you are here, just to, you know, have somebody to help pass the time with, you know, because trading can be boring. I know that. So by being able to talk to you guys, it does help. So feel free to jump in, guys. Let's jump into the pool, get a little bit wet. 45 seconds. are we going to get a move? It's the countdown. Oh, coming down. 82, 81. I saw 81. It's attempting. It knows. It knows that the eyes are about to be off. Did you get the wheel off? Hold on 1 sec, okay? You got 25 seconds, and I'll come help you. Maybe. Drops to 1376. $15 seconds. Need some random spike in volume. We're going to drag this one down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So, okay, I showed you how that works. But, all right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Feel free to check out the video later. I'm going to go ahead and start working on that once I get him taken care of, get some lunch made. And I will catch you guys tomorrow morning if I don't see you later in my video, which I technically won't talk to you personally. So I guess I will see you tomorrow morning. Peace.